Alright, everyone, welcome back to more Cthulhu. Let's even get the hell out of here.
Damn! The gas! Oh, my head.
Later. We need to move on.
Okay, lead on. Okay. Pierce woke up in the asylum, installed in the cellars of Riverside Institute. So it is actually a helping place, but there's an asylum beneath it. Okay, well, we were half right. He met Dr. Colin. Oh, excuse me. A female friend of Bradley, who helped him to escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigned supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders before dying in full view of the detective. He accused Sarah Hawkins of being... accused. God, some crappy stuff. It's creepy stuff going on here. That's well, crappy and really crappy. Because it shouldn't be it's crappy because it shouldn't be happening to the inmates. That's why. Anyway, he accused Sarah Hawkins of being the curse of his torments. Pierce finally left the accursed, got it right that time, building. I was going to say accused. Well, I suppose it is the accused building, isn't it? Accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions in misfortune decide to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout. That's probably a good idea, actually. What in the hell? Oh my god. Wait.
Who goes there?
Wait, was that Kraken or something?
That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Well, at least we're out of there. That's one good thing. I got 10 points. 5. No, I'm gonna stick to my guns, saying I need the medicine first. That's more important. And after this, I'll be able to lighten up the mood with some Odyssey content.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
To be quite honest, after the creepy shit that's happening in this game, I'll be thankful for some Odyssey content. Oh dear. Anyway. Oh, it's nice to be daytime. It's truly nice. This mansion doesn't look anywhere as creepy as the asylum did, so that's a good thing. At least we got out of there in one piece. Hopefully.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Damn. Um. Let's test psychology. Damn. I wish we could upgrade medical. That'd be so good. Anyway.
You two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island. Everyone knows everyone. Especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
I do seem a little bit stupid, don't I? Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
That's good.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Ah, beautiful.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
the rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital, and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Interesting.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Interesting.
I found this at the Hawkins house. The doses seem insane.
Barbiturates. But these doses...
What do you mean?
Half the island is under treatment. What is prescribed here, however, is enough to knock out an ox.
Fuller wrote this prescription to fool everyone into believing she was mad.
Or perhaps her husband wrote it.
Perhaps Charles and Dr. Fuller were in league.
A conspiracy. How dreadful.
Wow. Yeah, let's do this one.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Interesting. So Fuller's father was a surgeon aboard the Scylla, which had what was soon to be a giant whale. Interesting. Well. Curiouser and curiouser.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Yeah.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Let's be honest here.
I didn't see what, but something was there, with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Well, he didn't. Well, he didn't exactly die by ordinary means, didn't he? I'd say we told him the truth, personally.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
No point staying there since we found just about everything, so... Sanders residence. Pierce, Colton and Bradley decide to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trial to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Now look, we could have been imagining Sanders' death, Francis's death, in terms of where it started, but since I think we might have been sane enough at the time, I'm going to go with the truth. And let's face it, if we're seeing these things which are... Look, that place in the cult scene is very, very real. I've got a feeling that Cthulhu is actually real. I don't think it's a dream.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders? I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here.
Cat Baker. Oh, well, well.
You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
I think we'll try the professional one for the sake of it.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
Let's test eloquence. It's done us fairly well so far.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Okay. Yeah.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about.
Ah.
It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Wow. Huh.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives. Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
That's quite possible.
A house of artists. A house of artists. A house of artists.
Okay, that doesn't... I thought it might be something about the piano, you know, trenched.
Xander's accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Interesting.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins? She didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated. The Shambler. I need to see it.
Second film in this series covers everything from gas gangrene to trench nephritis? No. I may come from a medical family, but I can't pronounce all those. No way. I can give it a shot, but...
Did she really care for him after all?
I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his interment, he signed a discharge, allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you. Ah. So, do we finally have... I thought... Oh, did not mean to do that. Oh well. Yes.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Nope. Okay. Gonna do a cat, are we? Okay.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Okay.
I could use one of those.
So there's sleeping pills at the house too.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Wow. I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning to you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. Okay.
An old diary.
Miss Fillion spends time on Reverend Wickwood's community. His life expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as a lost tribe. Ah. Gallery. Okay. Oh. Whale and the Cod. Okay. Dissertation on an anatomical level. On an anatomical question. Damn it. Seriously? Oh, hang on a second. No? Oh. I thought that might be just a way to read it or something. No? Alright. It's a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Well, it helps the occultism, that's for sure.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Let's test our eloquence.
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, Detective. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
Damn.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network, and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
No, I wouldn't. So how terrifying is this painting? Oh, wow. Jesus. He's definitely got, what's the best word? Very unique tastes. Let's put it that way.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times. These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times. The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Wow. Oh, good. We got some more of that. Excellent. Ooh. Who the hell is that?
Why was he so interested in old weapons? Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Just want to double check. My God. Looks like a Talos song kind. Possibly. Is that not Egyptian, is it? I don't know. It's ancient, that's for sure. What's this all? Oh, okay.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Wow. Let's just quickly see if he has it. Nope.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Just double checking if he has the weapon. Be good to note. Doesn't look like it there. No.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
That's the weapon though. Very intriguing. Okay, this definitely reminds me of the Evil Within too. Said there was a lady, not a creature like that.
What the hell was that?
Jesus. Wow. Okay.
What the hell was that?
So what are we doing now? So how do we get out of here then? I don't get this.
I can't even touch it.
Okay, what the hell? Okay, this doesn't make any sense. So, what are you supposed to do?
What the hell was that?
Wait. No way. No? Well, I don't even know what to do anymore. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's not giving me any instructions. Like, what the hell?
What the hell was that?
Wait, am I supposed to kill it or something? I'm just heading for a door right now. No?
I can't even touch it.
Wait, am I supposed to... Oh, hang on a second. That's right. There was a, I think I know. That dagger was supposed to use.
What the hell was that?
Wait.
Down. This dagger looks different.
Okay, so this is confusing. So that must be the weapon we use, but how do we use it? I mean...
What the hell was that?
Well, like I said, everyone, we're gonna die as many times as it takes to work this thing the hell out. Go! Go, damn you, go!
Damn. This dagger looks different.
How do you use it though? I don't get this. Yes, thank you, yes, thank you. Hang on, let's just check something here, because I have got no... It doesn't give you any instructions. Interact, look, move... Okay, so that's to... Wait, are we supposed to rip up the painting with that or something? I'm confused. The only thing we haven't tried.
What the hell was that?
I really have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Damn. This dagger looks different.
Do we go to the painting or something? Ah, here we are. Go to hell. Stab it. Stab it, stab it, stab it. Jesus. Uh-oh.
What's the matter with you?
Wow.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Shit. God damn it, I really wish we'd upgrade that thing, but we can't find enough. We're gonna be honest.
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
Let's just ask her bluntly.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
Really?
The creature. This dagger was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this shambler, she might have made contact with Drake. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
Well, like I said at the beginning, doesn't matter how many times we die. We're gonna get through this at one point or another. Well, I'll have to go through till the games get saved anyway, so it means we'll be continuing. The Nameless Bookstore. The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the Nameless Bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. Just letting you know that as soon as the game saves, I'm actually end the episode, so... Not to be unfair, but I need a break. My mentality needs a break, but yeah. Oh, how about
Where's
that?
the bookseller?
Alright, and on this note, due to the fact that I cannot manually save, it's my autosave by different segments. I've got no control of it. So we're going to end this part here. Next time we will be inspecting the bookstore. See you then.